Here we have an instrument cluster. As most folks remember, back in the old days, they would run on a cable. That no longer happens. It's all solid state, it's all electronic. So when there is an issue with it, you need to take the vehicle or just the instrument cluster to a professional and have them evaluate it and make their repairs. On the back here, you can see that it's a plug, electronic plug, plugs in from the car, and most of the gauges, speedometer, and illumination is run through the computer that's located in the vehicle. One of the issues that come up is the speedometer stops working or points to 40 miles an hour all the time. You can't see what gear your vehicle's in because it's all illuminated inside the instrument cluster. And also your gas gauge, temperature gauge, and any of the gauges get stuck and don't read the proper reading. Your rear illumination that lights up the cluster at night may also flicker on and off or go out completely, which is a safety issue because you won't be able to see how fast you're going or if you're going to run out of gas. When instrument clusters start to fail, you may be able to punch the dash and get it to come back on. You may be able to shut the car off, restart it, and have it come back on and start working properly. These are not suggested because punching the top of the dash could also damage the dash, and it's not fixing what's actually wrong with the instrument cluster. Next, I'm going to show you what's behind the scenes once you take the instrument cluster apart. Once again, take it to a professional. Don't try this yourself. You could cause more damage to it than it already exists. Most of the time, it can be just a simple, inexpensive repair. So next, I'm going to disassemble the instrument cluster and show you what's really going on behind the scenes. So now we're taking off the front cover, which looks like so. The dials you want to carefully remove, and once again leave this up to a professional, because if you do it incorrectly you could do major damage to the cluster. Remember, no more speedometer cables. This is all done electronically. It's all solid state. So here we have it. This is what's behind the scenes on your instrument cluster. This is your digital display. They call this a driver information center. Here's where your odometer shows up and also shows you what gear you're in as you change the gear selector. These are the rear lights for the illumination. Notice that they're part of the printed circuit board, so there's no more popping out bulbs from the back of the instrument cluster and popping them back in. They're all mounted to the printed circuit board. These are little motors that drive the needles behind the scenes. They're little electrical motors. The biggest failure I find is that these are all surface mounted electronics, meaning they're soldered to the actual instrument cluster printed circuit board. That is a cause for failure. Vibration, going over bumps, weather changes, weaken the solder, and therefore make a poor connection. That's a major reason for these type of failures on these speedometer clusters. So if you're having a problem with your instrument cluster, come and see me, Stu, at my location in Fairless Hills, and I'll be able to make a quick, inexpensive repair and have you back on the road in no time at all. If you're looking for more information on transponder keys, call Stu at 215-486-7040. Remember, see Stu, he's easy.